Alright guys, we're back for the second match. We won the roll again, so we will play first. As you can kind of see from the living end matchup, we really got hurt with this mana base once they started going after our mana. So that's definitely one weakness about this deck. This hand is fine. One card I was kind of tinkering around with when Bloodbrave Elf got banned was trying to figure out a way to get Elspeth into the deck by putting white in instead of white and red. Just green, just plain junk. And it worked out decently. So we see Island, which could be anything. For now, I think we're going to take two and just drop a Confidant and see if we can. He might smell... Okay, so no Spell Snare. I do think he's okay. So maybe Blue Tron, maybe something else. We don't have enough information right now to really know. We are going to attack. I'm not about to play Liliana into 2 open mana, but I'm fine with dropping Deathrite. We'll pass. So, mana we still need. We have a lot of white. Okay, so he's playing Blue Tron. He might repeal our Dark Confidant here. Maybe. That'd be kind of stupid, though. I was wondering why he paused. Is he running Shadow of Doubt? Or is he just slow? I don't remember if you can even play that card with 2 blue. It's not one I see very often. I don't very much enjoy playing against Tron decks. So we need red. And the only way we're going to get red for this land is to get a Blood Crypt, so we will. That gets us another black too, which is fine, we need it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5. I think for now all we should do is Thoughtseize. So he's playing plenty of counter spells. That's basically all he has. I'll take Ratchet Bomb here. And then we're going to play a Lingering Souls after combat. But I'm still not going to attack with the Deathrite. Well, yeah, I'm not going to attack with the Deathrite. Because I want to play the Black Glade Cliffs too. So this is the third match, and we still haven't seen one of our 4 Tarmogoyfs yet. So I'm fine with him countering this for half a Lingering Souls. we'll pass the turn. Two, three. So for 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna drop Liliana. And that's fine. What that did though is makes me fetch an untapped land here, so he cannot counter the second half of Lingering Souls. We're fine on red. We need more green. We don't need more white. I think Stomping Ground. We don't need more red though. I think Overgrown Tomb is probably fine. Then we'll pass a turn. So he wants to play something and doesn't want it to get it pathed. No, he just wants to start bouncing creatures. Okay. One, two, three, four. Black, black, one for Liliana. So he's tapped out now. I think getting Liliana in play without threat of counterspells is probably the best thing to do. And it's fine a turn not having a Confidant on the table just because I don't take damage. And now we'll start eating away at his hand. So he's getting his third piece. I think we're going to go ahead and try and drop 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to keep that power plant tapped. If he'll let me. So he doesn't buy back that, which means we can go ahead and drop our Dark Confidant unhindered again, which is nice. So he's got a lot of mana, but he only has 2 cards in his hand. So I would think he would have some action here now. So let's go ahead and kill his simulacrum. I just want to clear a path to his dome. Now we're going to do this. Let's play a Lingering Souls. So that's lethal on board right there. And a Deathrite. Seven, 11. So the most he can have this turn is 14 mana. But it's going to be 13 instead. Yeah, so he's dead. We still had lethal on board. So this game, we definitely want the sowing salts. I'm not sure we really want anything else. I like taking those out for the Thunder Moth. We didn't see him playing a lot of mana artifacts or anything like that, so I don't want to bring in Stony Silence. It wasn't putting any pressure on us, so we don't need Baloth. Or Lightning Helix for that matter. I mean, that game was really won because they allowed us to resolve a Liliana of the Veil. This is a kind of instance, though, where I would like having more Path to Exiles. Because that's a really useful card against Wormcoil Engine. I could see bringing Damnation, but I'm not going to. We'll just run with this. This hand is perfectly fine. He did mulligan down to 6. And we are going to have a turn 2 Liliana of the Veil. Is it worth playing, though, into one of his many counterspells? I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not. In a perfect world, he taps here. But this is not a perfect world. So We have 5 mana. I think we can resolve through a Liliana through what he has right now. I'm gonna have to take a lot of damage to do it, but that's fine. I like getting a temple guard in here. So remand does kind of screw us up a little bit, but that's probably fine. We'll pass the turn. One thing I don't like right now is that we have no idea what he's doing. And if he taps out here, we're gonna kill one of his. We're gonna sowing salt one of his lands. We might even do it with just with this. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're definitely gonna do it now. That's fine. So he's tapped himself out. We're going to sowing salt the tower. That is the first one he played, so that's the most likely one that he has in his hand. We have to get a blood crypt here. So red, red, 2, 2. So and he does have one in his hand. Other than that, he just has Thirst for Knowledge and Dismember. So he doesn't have a lot of action going on. He doesn't have a lot of action in his deck either. So no more Tron for him rest of the game, which is nice. And he has no counter spells that we know of. So next turn is going to be a bonanza for us. Yeah, he's going to thirst. And Ratchet Bomb. Well, Ratchet Bomb's fine. We want to get this down. And we're gonna pass the turn, I think. Actually, we're gonna attack with one of these. Because I'm anticipating him popping the Ratchet Bomb on one. Yeah, so let's go ahead and at least gain 2 life off of it. He's a thirst again, which is fine. So let's go ahead and do this first. You can keep the repeal. So now I have a clearer position to play Ajani Vengeance. So we'll go ahead and pass the turn. So we have him locked down now. Let's have him discard. Why he would do that, I do not know. Oh, I get it. So he kills our Ajani. That's actually a pretty good reason. Should have kept that land in my head. That was a bad play on my part. So let's pass the turn. I'll sacrifice one spirit and hope he doesn't play a creature. He has used an awful lot of Thirst for Knowledges. Actually, I like this play better. We're not in a very good position either, since he can drop a Worm Coil and change the context of this game real fast. And that's actually what he does. So we can either kill one of his worms, well, we're gonna kill one of his worms anyway. So I think I'd rather keep my death right in the process. Yeah, if he's gonna draw worm coils like that, then I don't think there's anything we can do about this game. Yeah. Let's just move on to game 3. So I still like my sideboard where it is. I think the game would have been a little different if we had played that Ajani turn better, so that's a little regrettable. We'll keep it how it is. I forgot how long these matches can go when you're playing against stuff like Blue Tron. This is definitely fine. What lands do we need? We're going to be taking 5 from shock lands and fetch lands. That's a little unfortunate. We're going to need 2 red. We have 1 of them now. So this is going to have to get or this one's going to get a stomping ground. We probably want 2 black too. So we need a Godless Shrine and a stomping ground. Which means if we want to use a fetch, we have to do it this turn. So see what he's up to. He doesn't really have a lot of anything going on. He can't counter our death right next turn. Since he cannot, I'm going to get rid of his Ratchet Bomb. Those are 3 other cards that we know he has. Do I want to wait a turn and Inquisition him? Yeah, I kind of think I do. Now I'm going to take his Spreading Seas. Actually, I'm going to take the negate. That's fine. So we know he's used all those cards, so let's just hide this. So he has a Repeal, a Relic, a Thirst, and a Negate. So we know he has a negate. So things are looking pretty good for us now. He's gonna thirst. And he doesn't play a creature to get a worm coil. He might get a solemn simulacrum, can he? No, he has to get a worm coil. So that's going to allow us to get Liliana in play. And we have an answer for what he just got. We're just going to grow our Goyf. So drop another Treasure Mage. That might buy him enough time. We're going to have to Thoughtseize one of those out of his hands. That's a little unfortunate. Let's see if he's willing to trade that Treasure Mage for taking 5. Because that might win us the game if he does. So he does do that. So I'm not going to use my Liliana this turn. So he's dead. We managed to get there. That was a pretty good match. Let's really make sure that he knows he's dead. Okay, so that was the second match. That was a pretty long one. I will see you for the third.